Hello and welcome to the FRC Historian. After my scouting video, I was interested to see in the 2018 season how many times there were upsets of the First Alliance. In the mid-season anyway. So I looked at all 178 mid-season first competitions and which Alliance seed won it all in the end. So today I'm going to consolidate that data and let you know. One of the interesting things is how the week spread out. If you want to know the week with the least amount of upsets, it was week 6, where out of all of their competitions, only 3 held upsets. That being one with the 8th ranking alliance, which was the Mid-Atlantic District Championship, one with the 2nd, and one with the 5th. It's interesting that near the end of the season, there are so many non-upsets. And if you look at the championship week, if you look at the Detroit Championship, out of the 6 divisions, 4 of them weren't rank 1 champions. Which is interesting. The only 2 that weren't were Curie and Tesla. All the others weren't rank 1. Okay, now let's consolidate all this data, and I will include the spreadsheet in the description. Obviously, out of the 178, the one with the most was rank 1, with a total of 120 of 178. I was surprised. I would have thought that the number would be a lot lower, but I guess I was wrong in that case, and I think it's still good to know how many there weren't that way. Number 2 was rank 2, with 26, which comprises of about 15% of all of them. Which does make sense, because in many competitions there are that rank 2 upset, like in the Newton division. Number 3 was the 3rd rank, with 13, which comprises about 7.3%, half of 2. This is something that, there's 13 of them, that's more than I would have thought, just because when I think of a traditional upset, I think of either the 2nd alliance, the 4th, or the 5th. Not particularly the 3rd, but it does happen. Like in, for information, the 4th division in the MSC Championship. Now, on to 4th, was the 4th rank, and trust me, it's not the same after this. They had 8 upsets, which I did think was interesting, because one of those upsets was in the Houston Championship, where the ranked 4th Alliance did do that. That comprises of about 4.5%. And now, in 5th, is actually 6th. The 6th upset, ranked 6 upsets, they're totaled 4. I would have thought there were more, but I think it's interesting to see that. And then in 6th, the tie between the 5th and the 8th, which I thought was surprising because you never see an 8th ranked upset. What was interesting about 2018 was one of those ranked 8 upsets was actually on Houston Einsteins. One of the divisions actually had the ranked 8 seeded alliance win their division. Of course, they went 0-5 on Einstein, but I think it's phenomenal how they were able to do that. It shows how far First has gone. If you go all the way back to 1999, Double Trouble, you see that rank 1 got to pick whatever team they wanted at a regional level. And they got to play with them. And if they were the best team and number 2 was the second best, they'd win it almost every single time. And then, when they incorporated a 3rd alliance partner into everyday gameplay, changed everything. Because now, you're able to have a 3rd alliance member who, up until that point, they had been a backer robot. And here, it's different. Because they're going to be a sizable partner. Not just an alliance selection, but a partner who's going to play with you, and win with you, lose with you, and learn from you, with you. What makes it interesting is, I actually got to volunteer at an FTC event, and I saw that once they go into alliance selection, other than in many competitions, there's only 4 ranking alliances, that after the 1st ranking through 4th ranking alliances pick their first one, it goes back to the 1st alliance to get to pick another one. FRC is so incredibly different, and I almost think better in that way, because it does have a serpentine. Because it allows for the 8th alliance to get 2 about the same quality of robots. So now back to FRC. The one with the least amount was the 7th, which actually did surprise me, because I know in 2017 there were actually 3 Michigan districts that the same team went to, where they won every single time as the 7th-ranked Alliance. So of course, it doesn't really change all that much, but at the same time I thought there would have been more, or more in general, of upsets. And also another thing that I saw was I didn't mark down every single one, but if you look at every single district or regional finalist, many of the finalists, for the ones weren't just 2. I saw all the way through 8. I saw 2 through 8, with a lot of 7s and a lot of 5s, which I thought was interesting. Because if they had won, there would have been a lot less 1 champions, which is always fun and interesting to watch. Of course, will it change next year? Who knows? And if you like this, if you want to see more, I'll go through every single first competition, or just divisions, or whatever specific thing you want to see over the years how many championships or competitions have been won by specific teams in specific ranking positions. I thought this was an interesting experience. I did learn a lot. I still believe that strategy does play an important role, as rank 1 didn't win every single one, especially at the championship, where 4 out of the 6 divisions were won by alliances that weren't rank 1. Even the championship. Now, if you have any other ideas, let me know in the comments below. Hopefully you liked it, and hopefully next year we get to see some more upsets, and I hope this next Deep Space adventure goes very well.